Hello my friends, and welcome to the Mindful Making YouTube channel. This is episode number 80, and if you're into yarn and into making and knitting in particular, you have landed the right place. My name is Jane and I'm living in Allerød, which is north of Copenhagen, and this channel is all about yarn and making and that sense of grounding that making with our hands gives us. So welcome to you all, and welcome if you're a new viewer, and also welcome if you are a returning viewer. I know from the last episode we have increased the number of subscribers by 150, and I am thrilled and honored that you have decided to spend your time here with me. So I hope you'll enjoy, and I hope you have some nice warm or cold drink in your cup, and that you have your project ready and will enjoy the next half hour or so with me. You can find everything about me and mindful making on my website, which is called mindfulmaking.com.au. There are links to my Ravelry page and also to Instagram and to show notes for each episode. And there is a direct link to today's show notes in the description box below. Today it is Sunday, the 23rd of November 2025. It's a beautiful sunny and wintry day today here in Denmark. The sun is out, the snow is slowly melting. We just had a cover of snow from I think Wednesday onwards this week or the past week, and it's been beautiful. With only a month to the Christmas celebrations, the Christmas lights have come up in the city. Shops have decorated Christmassy, and there are Christmas markets everywhere. We have started slowly the December traditions of æbleskiver, which are sort of round pancake type cakes, sweets, and then mulled wine. And I'm so looking forward to celebrating December back in Denmark. I've lived in Australia since 2012 and returned back home to Denmark in December or mid-December last year. So it's actually now a year since I packed up my life in Sydney. I haven't seen many of my belongings for a year. And that's why you would also see that I'm wearing some of the same jumpers over and over again, because I guess 2/3 or 80% of my knitted jumpers are still in boxes in a rental place where I have sort of my belongings sitting until I have my own place. So if you're new, this might to this channel, this will be what is she talking about? So go back a few episodes and you will hear more about that life change that I did last year. But we are in 2025. Christmas is approaching. I love it. And before we dive into project status, let me talk about what I'm wearing. So I am wearing the gum knot cardigan, a design that I released a couple of years ago. It is knitted in the round with a twisted rib detail starting at the neckline and then working back and front in a round yoke construction with these gum knots as I worked as slip stitches. And here I've just added in a black contrast strand to the otherwise 2 strands of yarn, gray yarn in the main color. This here is worked in super soft silver gray and Titicaca, also silver gray, from Holzgarn. Super soft is a wool blend of Shetland and Merino, and Titicaca is 100% alpaca. I have worked this on a 4mm needle, so a US 6, And so you work down, back and forth. The button band is worked together with the body, and it's on a smaller needle. And then it just have these gum nut patterning here on the yoke, and otherwise a plain stockinette body. Ending with cuffs and hem in twisted rib as well. I wear this a lot in the winter, also because it's very wearable with black and blue trousers, which is my sort of my go-to type of colors of pants. So I'm wearing this a lot, and I've I chose these silvery plastic buttons to go with this cardigan. The pattern is available on my website and also on Ravelry, where I am mindfulmakingAU. Also, I'm wearing another one of my designs. It's the latest design. It's the celosia scarf, and it's a narrow, long Sophie scarf style scarf. It has some twisted rib detail and also an eyelet row in the patterning. For this scarf, I have used these yarns, and this is the Coast yarn, which is a cotton and wool blend, also from Holzgarn, and this is colorway Crimson, held together with Lucia, which is this fluffy baby alpaca, silk and wool. So 42% baby alpaca, 35% mulberry silk, and 13% fine merino. And it gives a beautiful halo and fluffiness to this combination. And this color is lava. So it is a slightly lighter toned red and a bit more orangey red. And I think it mixes up very well with the deeper red of the crimson. You can knit this in one ball of each, so you hold the two yarns together. And celosia is also available on mindfulmaking.com.au and on Ravelry in Danish and in English. So that is what I'm wearing today, and I'm also having a coffee, which is very nice. So I'll just have a sip while it's still warm. In the previous episode, I talked about all the Christmas gifts that I will make this year. I've decided to hand make many Christmas gifts this year. And as one of you pointed out, it shouldn't be presented as due to financial constraints, because we put a lot of effort into making the gifts. And it shouldn't be compared with a store-bought, maybe more expensive money-wise gift. The handmade, where we put a lot of effort and time into it, is much more valuable in terms of effort than a store-bought gift. And I'm not advocating for either or. This year it's mostly handmade gifts, and the family loves them. So just through their enthusiasm and delight, it's a pleasure for me to make the gifts. Last time I talked about a vest, the Friday vest or Friday slipover. It is a pattern by Petite Knit that I was working on and almost finished. And since then it is finished and ready to be washed. I have found yarn from Stash, and I've combined 2 strands of a wool cashmere blend, and then holding it with a silk mohair giving this beautiful heathered look and this beige color. The Friday slipover has this texture of a knit and purl, a broken rib, and I really like how it's turned out. I did actually wear it myself one day. Shh, don't tell the recipient that I actually wore it. I will wash it and wrap it for a Christmas gift. If you want to hear more about this vest, go back to the last episode and you will hear more about it. But this is finished. I'm very happy about it, and I really like the details around the armholes and also around the neckline with these 6 stitches that sits as part of the shaping of the neckline. Yeah, love it, love it, love it, and all yarn from stash. While making vests, I wanted to continue, and I found the mohair from Gantgarn, which I bought at an outlet in Norway. So I think I have 10 balls of this yarn, and it's a light beige color that can go with everything. And I paired this with a strand of gold. This is Brillino, and I think it is from Lana Grossa. I will put it down here should that not be correct. So these 2 yarns held together, and I knitted up another Friday slipover, but just omitted the texture and just knitted it in stockinette. It hasn't been washed yet. Here it is. So a sort of a simple classic slipover, and it is the Friday slipover. I use the term vest all the time, but I hope you can just notice the slight glimmering of the gold strand, and this is just one strand of each held together. I used the I think this is a size small, and I used the stitch count and then just worked the Friday slip over as a stockinette style fabric. I chose to have 3 stitches here for the shaping around the armhole and also the neckline. I really like this slipover as well. It is light, it is fluffy, but it still has some body in the fabric. I've knitted this on a 3.75 millimeter needle, so a US 5. I opted for a regular 1x1 ribbing, and then I folded down the neckband here to give it a sort of a double neckband. This is what is left of the the 4th ball of the gold. This hasn't been washed, as I mentioned, so it will even out even further when washed. But I hope you can see those slight glimmer of the gold in here. I feel that I need more slipovers like this in my wardrobe. I think it's all about the glitter, and especially during this celebratory season, festive season of Christmas. So that's the second finished object since we last spoke, and the second or actually the third finished Christmas gift. I still have some that I need to do, of course, and with only 1 month left, I try to spend every free moment with yarn and needles in my hand. There's still 3 knitting projects left for Christmas. One is there are 4. For one, I will use this baby alpaca from Lang Yarns in a beautiful charcoal gray. This will become fingerless mittens. Should be a fairly easy project that I can whip up in a couple of evenings. Haven't started yet, but that's plans for the next projects. I will also knit up a Sophie hood in a Gepard Puno. I haven't bought the yarn yet, but I will. That's also on one of the young female members in the family on her wish list. So that will soon jump on the needles. A project that I am working on while commuting is a very lightweight scarf/shawl, but it will be used as a scarf. It is this little thin, lightweight scarf. It's just my own thinking, and just 20 rows of stockinette and then an eyelet row, and I will continue for 2 balls of yarn. I'm working on a 2.75 millimeter needle, which is a US 2. So yes, there are a lot of stitches in this scarf. The yarn that I am using is a 100% alpaca. It is Elva from Filcolana. This is colorway number 976, and it is 100% alpaca. There's 175 meters in a 25 gram ball. So this is the second ball of yarn, and this is what is left of the first ball where I am at this stage. So I am planning on continuing knitting up 2 balls of yarn, and whatever the size is when I reach the end of the second ball, that's the size that the scarf will be. So I think it'll be nice and cozy to wrap around the neck, and not too bulky either. Yeah, so this is in my bag for my commute, where I have about an hour or 45 minutes twice a day at the moment. Yeah, so an alpaca lightweight scarf, also planned as a Christmas gift. Going through my stash, I also found some wool yarn in colors that would work really well together, and I gathered a basket of beautiful colors, and I started, and in the last video I was sort of half a meter in on a scarf for a male member of the family. And I wanted just to stripe it along. I had some grays, some burgundies, some blues, and some mustardy yellow. I showed it to my kids, and they say, well, it's very unique, Mom. And maybe not unique in the best sense of the word. And I was a bit in doubt myself, so I decided to rip it all back and start over. The idea of putting together leftover yarns still applies, but I went for a bit more tonal combo of grays, greens and blues. So these are the yarn that I pulled out, and I have come a fair bit. I am holding 2 strands of yarn together. With one of the yarns being a 100% alpaca as well. So it's a lightweight, it's a lace weight yarn, and I'm holding it together with fingering weight yarn. Currently, I'm working with this blue yarn, which is Coast from Holst, a leftover. And then others are super soft, and this is a green that was gifted to me, a sample yarn gifted to me by Barokstrik, a yarn shop in Hillerød, where I have the pleasure of working once in a while. So it's a mixture of Coast and super soft, and then held with this alpaca from Black Hill Yarns. And I think it's turning out very well and much better than the previous version. I also decided to knit it in the round. There are 40 stitches on each side here, and then once in a while I knit together. You can see a tiny bit, a tiny hole here. That's where I've sort of gone to the other side and just linked the 2 stitches together in the hope that the scarf will stay flat and not just a round cylinder. So I've done that throughout, sort of once in a while. And yeah, I think it needs the double length of this, so it will, well, at least 2 meters it needs. And with just knit stitches is a pretty fast knit while watching TV and reading a book. So I'm sure this will be finished. But I really, when looking at it on the screen, I really like how it's turning out, and I'm very happy that I chose to rip it back and start over with more tonal yarns. Yeah, so a scarf, starting with, is it Jenny's Magical Cast On, like you would for a toe. And then I will Kitchener stitch it together at the end, so it will be double. I weave in the ends as I knit through this scarf, and I'm just leaving the ends inside. There is a bit of tidying up to do eventually when I finish. Yeah, so I enjoy carrying this little basket around with me, and I really like how it's turning out. Yeah. That is gift knitting. There are other gifts that I need to find time to make, but that's for sewing, and I think with a Sunday dedicated to the sewing machine, I will finish those off as well. So I think I will be ready for Christmas with all the handmade gifts I feel confident and I am progressing according to plan. What didn't progress to plan was the jumper that is sitting over here. It is a tee. It is the gumnut tee that I knitted up in Lille Lærke, which is a cotton, and so it's merino wool and cotton in a beautiful burgundy color. It was slightly too big. It isn't too big anymore because clothes washing yesterday, I thought, well, I just had in spur of the moment, I thought this is just cotton, I can throw it in with a 40-degree normal wash. I did. It came out tiny. Tried to, pull it to give it some length back. We stood just in either end of this tee, pulling each our way. And the light will change because of the darkness here of the jumper or the tee. I do, however, think that I can still wear it. At least I will try. And then there will be another gumnut tee on my needles in the same color, in the same yarn. I have plenty left. So another gumnut tee will jump onto my needles at some stage because I really have enjoyed wearing this tee, and also I love the color. Get many compliments whenever wearing it, but yeah, it happens, and I'm happy it was me. It's only me to blame for this felted result. Talking about felted, each year I knit up felted Christmas hearts that go on the Christmas tree. I've also used them on Christmas gifts as a bit of decoration. I knitted up I think 18 for the yarn shop in Hillerød, which now is making the Christmas decorations and the beautiful, or making the Christmas tree beautiful in the shop. The pattern is now also available in Danish. Last year, or so far, it's only been available in English. It's now available in Danish on my Ravelry page. I have some technical difficulties in just getting it published on my website, but if you're interested in some felted woolen hearts that I will put up a picture of here, you can find the pattern on Ravelry mindfulmakingAU. It's an easy project, and well, you can knit up a few on an evening, next evening, then start sewing and stuffing them, and then just throw them in the washing machine in a regular 40 degrees wash, and they will felt beautifully. And then just a little string to hang. Then I actually think I have rushed through all the projects that I'm working on, and also the near future plans for yarny projects. Some of you would know that I've started also a live version of the Mindful Making podcast. The live sessions are in Danish. The last one aired on the 11th of November. The next one will be the 9th of December. You're more than welcome to join in live. It's a Tuesday night 8 p.m. where we chat and interact directly through the comments on the live stream. In the last video, we talked about ways to have time to knit in sort of our everyday life, and talking about that every break or pause or just waiting time can be transition or can be used as a time for knitting. So a lot of people actually comment as well that they knit before bed as a way of relaxing, going to bed and just cozying with a few rounds on their project. I bring my knitting everywhere, and as I mentioned, I knit while commuting. I am so lucky now to say that I have started a job. It is for now for 3 months as a leader at a pharmacy at a hospital. So it's very much going back to my roots, but it's also about supporting the team members doing their best and creating structure, and I really, really like it so far. That gives me a 45 minutes commute each day, and I use that for, I bring a cup of coffee and then my knitting and an audiobook or podcast in my ears, and I treasure that time going into work. So that is something new that is happening in my life, and I've been in the job for 2 weeks now, and the first week I was over the moon, and I still am. But in the second week I also got very tired. There's a lot to take in, a lot to learn, and a lot of new experiences. So I was tired last week. I'm looking forward to starting the third week tomorrow. So I'm starting to get into a lovely routine. Also, sort of life-wise, my son now has got an offer for a student accommodation, and so he will move out and move by himself in sort of between Christmas and New Year. So that's a new chapter for him and for me as well. Then finally, I want to thank you, those of you who kindly donated a cup of coffee on my Ko-fi account. The link is in the description box below if you want to further support this channel by paying me a cup of coffee, and that helps the channel, as does the thumbs up, likes, share and subscribe. So please do that if you like what you're seeing and want to support this channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm looking forward to talking to you again very soon. Bye for now.